Welcome to this edition of ARTV News. I'm Tony Beauvais. In today's show, ARTV News, Skin Tschabalala Self-Tight Exhibition, African Music and Cultural Festival, MJ the Musical, In a Heartbeat Story, and ARTV Magazine. From the award-winning Australian producers comes the new theatrical event that will take you far beyond the rainbow. Prepare to be transported to a reimagined Land of Oz. This is Oz, the Cirque Experience, a dazzling all-new production that reinvents the classic story you know and love with a modern twist. Starring a cast of world-class circus artists and brilliant theatre performers, you'll be swept up in a whirlwind of non-stop action. Witness incredible aerial stunts, mind-bending illusions, and breathtaking feats of circus artistry, all wrapped up in dazzling spectacle and laugh-out-loud humour. The show features high-energy song and dance set to an original toe-tapping soundtrack, complete with incredible vocal performances that will have you on your feet. This fun-filled fusion of theatre and circus is Oz like you've absolutely never seen before. The question is, will Dorothy outsmart the Wizard and the Wicked Witch of the West? Don't miss this dazzling experience. See the website for details. It's finishing soon. Tired of the usual date night? Looking for something truly unique on a Thursday night out in the city? Experience one of Melbourne's most incredible venues like never before. Welcome to Nocturnal Museum After Dark, your monthly child-free invite to Melbourne Museum after the lights dim. Forget everything you think you know about museum visits. The whole museum is yours for the night. Explore 2 massive levels of exhibitions that span science, history, nature, culture, and art. Indulge in a signature cocktail, grab a selection of delicious nibbles, and join the full program of themed talks and tours. You can get hands-on with a special lineup of interactive activities, from making a paper fan inspired by ancient naturalist illustrations, to playing games and having the opportunity to win fantastic prizes. It's the perfect way to learn something new, spark a conversation, and enjoy a night of sophisticated fun with friends or a unique date. Don't miss your chance to discover the Museum After Dark. Nocturnal Museum After Dark is on Thursday, November the 13th and Thursday, December 11th. Book your tickets now and start your night of adult adventure. Immerse yourself in the vibrant flavours and cultures at the Asia Street Food Festival by the Yarra, Melbourne's premier celebration of Asian street food. More than 40 carefully selected vendors offering over 200 genuine dishes that reflect Asia's rich culinary traditions. Over 50 captivating performing arts groups showcasing both traditional and modern music, along with breathtaking lion and dragon dances and dazzling fire performances. As the delightful aromas whisk you into a food lover's paradise, you'll enjoy delightful dining beneath enchanting Balinese huts glowing with lantern light, all while music dances through the air. Engage in heartwarming traditional folk games that inspire joy and togetherness. Revel in a lively celebration with friends and family, all enveloped in our captivating Asian atmosphere. Put your style to the test for a chance to win amazing prizes, including a grand cash prize of $500 each night. Asia Street Food Festival by the Yarra is a vibrant celebration of community, culture and connection that you won't want to miss. For the first time ever in Australia, experience the magic, the romance and the adventure. Anastasia, the Broadway musical, is coming to the stage. Inspired by the beloved film, this is the dazzling emotional hit that has captivated audiences around the world. From the Tony Award-winning creators, this production sweeps you across continents and through history, from the twilight of Imperial Russia to the glittering, euphoric jazz age of 1920s Paris. Join Anya, a brave young woman on a thrilling journey to discover the mystery of her past. Pursued by an army officer determined to silence her, she enlists the aid of a dashing con man and a lovable ex-aristocrat. Together, they embark on an epic adventure to help her find home, family, and true love. You'll be transported by a stunning original score featuring the much-loved songs you know and adore, including the classic hits Journey to the Past and Once Upon a December. This all-star Australian cast features rising star Georgina Hobson as Anya, alongside international stage sensation Robert Tripolino as Dimitri. They are joined by showbiz legend Rhonda Birchmore and Australian theatre royalty Nancy Hayes AM. Don't miss this breathtaking story of hope, heritage and identity. See the website for further information. The Queenscliff Music Festival is on again at the end of November. Founded in 1997, the festival is a community-based, not-for-profit event that supports the Australian contemporary music industry. The aim is to adapt to the changing landscape of the music industry and offer immersive experiences that showcase Queenscliff's natural beauty and rich heritage. Queenscliff is a picturesque historic township located on Wadawurrung country on the Bellarine Peninsula in Victoria. The main festival area is in the Princess and Lower Princess Parks, with other venues throughout the historic town. The festival features contemporary Australian musicians, views of Port Phillip Bay, historic buildings in Queenscliff, a family-friendly and safe environment, and local community groups and volunteers. Check the website for all the details. The Australian Centre for Contemporary Art, ACCA, is delighted to present a landmark exhibition.
ACCA welcomes the revered American contemporary artist Tschabalala Self for her first ever Australian solo show, Skin Tight. This is the opportunity to discover a powerful artistic practice celebrated globally for its beauty and sophistication. Tschabalala Self has become one of the most in-demand figurative painters working today. Her distinctive style is instantly recognizable, combining bold fabric, collage, and painting with avant-garde printing techniques. In recent years, she has become increasingly steadfast in her exploration of beauty, a quality she powerfully views as a form of artistic resistance in itself. Born in 1990 in Harlem, New York, Tschabalala's work is profoundly inspired by her ancestral and familial ties to New Orleans. Her art is infused with the vibrancy of the Harlem Renaissance, channeling energies drawn from jazz, dance, and performance into profound reflections on Black embodiment and experience. For her exhibition at ACCA, Tschabalala has designed a series of contemplative and psychologically charged immersive spaces. These spaces are filled with striking large-scale paintings, works on paper, and an immersive 3-channel video installation. The exuberant characters that populate Skin Tight are not portraits of any singular individual. Instead, they are collages of various people and references from throughout the artist's life. They challenge us to consider how we construct our own identities and how we both perceive, and are perceived by, the world around us. Through ingenious use of cutouts, unexpected sightlines, installation, and wall drawings, Tschabalala has created an experience where you are encouraged to feel part of the work itself. Inside her fantastic worlds, we become active participants, reflecting on crucial contemporary themes: exhibitionism, voyeurism, myth-making, and identity. By harnessing this multitude of references and media, Self explores the psychological, emotional, spiritual, and sexual dimensions of being alive. Skin Tight speaks to both the limitations and the freedom of embodiment. The exhibition is curated by Dr. Shelley McSpedden and Miles Russell Cook. Tschabalala Self, Skin Tight is on now at ACCA.
Do you want to feel the pulse of a continent, taste its flavours and see its colours right here in the heart of Melbourne? Then get ready for the African Music and Cultural Festival.
This is Australia's largest and longest-running free celebration of African culture, bringing together over 40 African countries in one single, vibrant event. Founded in 2014, our mission is to provide a powerful platform to showcase the richness, diversity, and dynamism of African music, food, art, fashion, film, and community. Held annually at Fed Square in Melbourne, this festival is driven by the values of inclusion, representation, and unity. A safe and joyful space is created where African Australians and the wider public can truly engage, learn, and celebrate together. Whether you're a city worker winding down, a school group on an excursion, or simply curious about African culture, this is your moment to savor incredible Afro-fusion food and ease into the weekend in a vibrant, welcoming atmosphere. The main festival day, Saturday, offers 12 hours of back-to-back programming that showcases the best of African culture. There will be high-energy live music, stunning fashion parades, captivating traditional dance, lively drumming workshops, and a vast marketplace of authentic food and crafts. It's a great time for families. The final day features another 10 hours of non-stop entertainment, plus an insightful forum addressing a topical issue affecting African Australians, featuring a panel of engaging and brilliant speakers. But across all 3 days of the festival, our free drumming sessions invite you to truly dive into the rhythm and spirit of African culture. Led by passionate master drummers and open to absolutely everyone, these sessions are a festival favourite. Once you start, you won't want to stop. Join the African Music and Cultural Festival and truly experience an unforgettable cultural journey.
He is one of the greatest entertainers that ever lived. His music changed the world. And now, Michael Jackson's unique and unparalleled artistry is thrilling audiences in the Olivier and multiple Tony Award-winning production, MJ the Musical. Direct from Broadway, this highly acclaimed hit is currently taking the Australian theatre scene by storm. Centred around the intense preparations for his monumental 1992 Dangerous World Tour, MJ the Musical goes far beyond the singular moves and signature sound of the star. Relive the magic right from the start. You'll experience the soundful sounds of the Jackson 5 era, with enduring classics like I Want You Back and ABC. Then dive headfirst into the groundbreaking solo hits that defined pop music across generations. Feel the irresistible groove of Billie Jean and the raw electric energy of Beat It. Every song is performed with electrifying precision and dancing that perfectly captures the artistry that made MJ a true legend. But MJ the Musical isn't just about the hits, it's about the man behind them. This show takes you behind the scenes, revealing Michael's incredible evolution from a young boy in Gary, Indiana, to a worldwide sensation. Navigate through different stages of his life, witnessing his relentless pursuit of perfection and the personal moments that truly shaped him. From the disco fever of Off the Wall to the global dominance of Thriller and beyond, the musical explores the highs, the lows, and the unstoppable drive that made Michael Jackson a once-in-a-lifetime artist. More than just the musical, MJ the Musical is a high-energy, heart-pounding spectacle that brilliantly blends the worlds of concert and theatrical drama. It is a true celebration of an artist who changed how the world listens to music and, of course, dancing. So if you've ever found yourself tapping your foot to a Michael Jackson hit, marvelled at his moves or been intrigued by his life story, this show is for you. Don't just hear about it, experience it. See the website for further details. Heart disease is a leading cause of death in Australia, and a book released earlier this year is making a big difference in heart health awareness, even to saving lives.
Every 12 minutes, a person in Australia dies of a cardiovascular event. The book, In a Heartbeat, is a groundbreaking collection of inspiring personal stories, expert insights, and life-saving information. Written in collaboration with cardiologists, psychologists, researchers, and survivors, the book aims to bridge the gap between medical knowledge and public awareness.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to make a statement up front. This book will save lives and save money.
Through first-hand accounts, it captures the emotional, physical, and psychological impact of heart disease, not just for patients, but also their families and communities. Contributors include survivors who were given a second chance at life, families who lost their loved ones too soon, and medical professionals who have spent decades fighting this silent killer.
Rachel's book fulfills a real need in the community for people who are affected by cardiac disease. And let's face it, if it's not you personally or it's not a family member, you do know someone affected by heart disease. It's just that common.
Medical professionals travelled from all over Australia to attend this important book event, coming together with survivors and families who know the devastating impact of heart disease. But this isn't just a book launch, it's a call to action. Through In a Heartbeat, real stories are being told, real emotions are being shared, and the message is clear. Heart health awareness can save lives.
When my heart stopped beating, it wasn't anything that I knew or anything I did that saved my life. In fact, at that point was when I was the most powerless, when I had no voice. I could not beg for my life. I could not say, please, somebody, save my life.
But what's also fantastic about this book is having a heart attack can change your life. If you've nearly died, you feel that you're one heartbeat away from, losing your life. So it really does affect people's lives and the family around them and the loved ones. And if you or your loved one has had a heart attack, you can find stories in here that give you comfort that you're not alone.
This is an unprecedented moment where we have patients and doctors, politicians and decision makers, advocates from various cardiac organizations, and media, all here to discuss the myriad facets about addressing heart disease.
The goal of the book is simple: to educate, empower, and inspire action. Every story shared is a reminder that a heart event is not just a statistic. It's real, it's urgent, and in many cases, it's preventable.
The book is going to be very insightful and helpful for both people who have had heart attack and people who haven't, to become more aware of heart health. So go and buy this book.
It's a book that everybody should have a read of, because heart health and heart wellness is a very, very big part of our community. We have to know more about it, we have to have information, and information is everything, and she's done that in a heartbeat. It's a fabulous book. Have a look at it. I haven't finished it yet because I only got it today, but you have a look, and it says if you're having symptoms that don't feel right, call 000. If it's not a heart issue, then that's okay. No one ever died of embarrassment.
I think it's really important that we continue to shine a light on heart issues and heart stories, because we need to prevent these things from happening. We need to save lives where we can. For me personally, when my heart stopped, I needed people to resuscitate me, and I think the more people we have in the community that are aware of what to do when somebody's heart stops, the more lives we'll be able to save.
It explains it in such a way that's very relatable for patients. The information is very helpful, and it goes through all the scientific advances in a way that's very, community friendly and helpful for patients.
For a deeper look into these stories and expert insights shared in a Heartbeat, visit the official website.
Well, hi everyone. Such excitement. I'm here with Adam Wallace. Adam is our very own New York Times bestseller list person. I don't think we've ever interviewed someone with such credentials. Usually they're fucking hopeless and we get stuck with losers. And here we are with you.
Only a partial loser. It's going to be great.
So, where to begin? Well, I think we have to begin the beginning. I want to just say one thing first to you. People, you see it in the general media a lot. I'm going to write a kid's book.
Yep.
And every 2 weeks, a celebrity will have written a kid's book. Everyone thinks it's bloody easy. Mm-hmm. Is it? Are you just a moron who's just lucked out, or is there something to it?
It could be both, really.
Yeah.
And I think you do kind of luck out. Look, I think it's really interesting. It's not as easy as people think. You think it's easy, but again, as we were chatting just before we came on, you've got to do an entire story in 500 words or less for a picture book, and not even just an entire story that captures kids' attention. They want to hear it again and again. It excites them. It entertains them, and that's not easy. And I was at a thing recently in America, and we were chatting at breakfast, and someone said to someone else, "Oh, you should write a kids' book. They're only 400 words." And I kind of muddled under my breath, "Yeah, 400 good words." And someone heard me, and they're like, "It's true. It does.
Absolutely,
it's got to be
true,
so tight.
They're short.
Yeah,
they're tight. Kids have an attention span which rivals mine for shortness and brevity. I'm done.
It's so true.
I'm done. I've got a short attention span.
And it's getting
kids have got a shorter attention span.
And getting shorter with all the snappy videos and everything we're watching now as well, where everyone's like, I go to the next one. If it's not good and doesn't get him in the first bit. I was reading one time, I worked at before and after care. I had 5 kids in front of me, It was a 1-page story, like literally one A4 page. I started reading halfway through. 2 of the kids didn't look at each other, just both stood up and walked off. And like,
total judgment.
If they don't, yeah, total judgment. I was shattered. That's not going to work.
Did you have a blub?
Not there. I'm like, that's fine. As I'm driving
it's
home.
Not fine.
It's not fine.
Okay. So you didn't have an auspicious beginning as an engineer, as a writer, because you're an engineer.
Yeah.
So tell us about that academic background.
So I did engineering, 4-year course in 5 years, so smashed that. Never failed a subject before I went, but then I discovered the gym, pool and beer, and my marks went...
The holy trinity of evil.
The holy trinity of university and evil, exactly.
How long have you been a children's author?
So I wrote my first story in 1999. I still remember it. It was called Blip, and then it was 2004 I self-published for the first time. So I got my first book published.
So it was 5 years after you'd done your first book.
First thing I wrote, it was 5 years later I self-published. I was on about 150 rejections, I think, at that stage.
Yeah, of course.
And wrote, after working with the kids in the schools and seeing that they liked what I was writing, I thought, I'm just going to self-publish. I want to have a book. I want to have my name on a book, even if nothing happens. So I did that, self-published, did 2,000 copies. They sold pretty quickly, like sort of 6 months or something. I went,
and
there's
had a good illustrator?
Had a great, funnily enough, it's Heath McKenzie, who I found on just a website for illustrators. And my wife at the time, she looked at it and she's like, oh yeah, he's great. He came over, opened the door, and he looked at her and he went, I know you. She went, I know you. And they were both studying fine arts at university, and she hadn't clicked that it was the same person. He's now become, he was just starting out, he's now become one of Australia's top illustrators, Heath McKenzie. He's done Do Not Open This Book, which is, I think it's sold about 3 million copies.
Oh, that's
Andy Lee.
Andy Lee.
Yeah. So Heath illustrated that, and he's amazing. So we just happened to be in right space, right time.
So in terms of beginning, so that's your first one.
Yep.
Massive rejection, you'd have to say.
Oh, massive, yeah.
And look, I've had that rejection. You know, I too have written for young adults, an older demographic than the books I'm holding in my hand now. Yeah, it's tough. But the one I had published was by the same group, I think. It was distributed by Scholastic, which is your publisher.
Yeah, so in Australia I've done about 20 odd books with Scholastic now.
Wow.
In the kids section, yeah.
Speaking of which, how many books have you written?
So as I say to kids, there's 2 answers. So I've done 173 books I've had published, but to do those 173 books, I've written over 4,000 stories.
Is that right?
Yeah, so it's pretty much been every day for the last 25 years. And it's like comedians say, you know, they'll do 3 hours of material for a 10-minute set, or a 100-metre sprinter will do however many hours of training for a 10-second race. So it's just all practice. And some are good, some are not. Some I wish got published, some are just...
Well, you can always have another go.
You always have another go, and there's never wasted. It's like the engineering. There's bits in stories that I go, oh, even just that sentence I wrote there, I'm going to use that for this character here, or even that character didn't work there, but I'll put it into this book here. And so, or it's just practice where you've just been writing, and we're writers, so write. Like a lot of people say, yeah, I'm a writer. I find the time on the weekend. I'm like, if you're a writer, you'll find the time to write every day if you want to write, and even if it's 5 minutes, like even just, I mean, a picture book's 500 words. If you can do 100 words in a day, which even just as a draft, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's not going to take long, but in a week you've got a book, and then you can work. You can spend your time working on that after.
That's right. Look, one of the benefits of having short works, and kids' works are short.
So, yeah, absolutely.
Is that it does compress the time to
get
start
something.
And finish.
Exactly. You get something you can work from, and it's so much easier to work from something, even if it's not great, than trying to think up a new thing. But then, I mean, YA, they're 60,000 words or something, so it's a whole different thing.
Just going back to the beginnings again.
Yes, we've tangented.
Yeah, we've tangented. I was just getting to the dirty bits. And so you were with your wife.
Yep. And
she helped you start, or inspired you to start, or told you to start?
A little bit of each. So she was amazingly supportive. Like she's just like
But she dumped you.
She did. Well, of course, yeah. Eventually, yeah. I mean, listen to me.
You're a dumpy. You were dumped?
I was dumped. I was dumped hard.
Oh God, you poor bastard.
No, we're still friends actually. We get on really well. So
that sounded a little bit token rescue the situation. But anyway, so
no, she was great.
But it was sort of like a joint project of the marriage that you're both exploring writing and you both did it together. You wouldn't have done it without her.
100%.
She wouldn't have done it without you.
No, so she was actually doing a professional writing degree at Deakin. And
she's a loser compared to you.
Comparatively, yeah.
Let's get this right.
Yep.
The dumper is a loser. Anyway.
She's actually one of Australia's top psychologists now as well. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
God, she's such an overachiever. I hate her and I've never met her.
She's such an achiever. She really is. She's going to do so. And she's an amazing fine artist. And so she wrote and illustrated a kid's book for uni for a subject she was doing. And I was telling her how good it was. And she actually said, as we talked about, anyone can write a kid's book. And I was like, well, I can't write a kid's book. And I was engineering at the time. She's like, I bet you $10 you could. I was like, I bet you $10 I can't. And so took the bet. I wrote
lost
it.
The money.
I lost the $10. I've doubled it.
You're a double loser in this marriage.
It's going real well, isn't it?
Yeah.
You wonder why she left.
Oh no, I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, look, it's sort of like an important origin story that you come from left field. You're an engineer. Yep. But you're in a marriage and you do it together.
And it unleashed something in me. Like when I wrote that first book, and I still remember so clearly that book, but I know it wasn't great, but it just opened. I'm like, oh, what have I done? I hadn't written since year 12 because I hated school in year 12. I hated English in year 12. Loved school, hated English, and almost failed English in year 12. And so I just said, that's it. I'm not going to write. Writing's terrible. And I wrote that story, and I was like, oh my God. And then that year, I don't know how many hundreds of things I wrote. It just flowed out of me. So she opened it, and then when I self-published, she supported me going down to 3 days a week at engineering, and she was
so important,
massive reason.
And then she dumped you.
Well, look,
I hate to come back to this all the time.
She built me up, and then she's like, I'm out. I'm going to help someone else now. You're doing fine.
Well, thanks for coming in, and see you later.
Thanks.
And good luck with this Christmas offering for the New York bestseller list.
Amazing. Thanks so much for having me. It's been great. Been such a laugh.
Okay.
If you'd like to get in touch with us and let us know about any live event coming up within the next month in the inner Melbourne region, just shoot us an email at info@artv.com.au. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.